Just detailing our work, some of the adjustments they made in that game that we have to make sure we clean up on. Uh, just the little things of the game, the flow of our offense as well as the details of our defense and what we need to accomplish, tomorrow night.
Does Cleveland playing with only one big play open space up for Garland and make him more dangerous?
Absolutely. I mean, that's what they've been all year. When only one of those big plays, they tend to go smaller ball, and they're able to get out and run a lot more. Those guys are chasing threes a little bit more, trying to play faster and play in transition.
How's Gary doing? Did he practice today?
Gary was able to go through walkthrough, but he's still going to be a game time decision.
How's it different to be planned for the Cavs when they don't have Evan Mobley, and how does that just change when they do?
Well, no, that's fine. Not having Jared is it's a different game plan. Josh just asked what it looks like when they have one big out there. They go smaller, they play a lot faster, they're hunting a lot more threes. When they went on that stretch throughout the year, it was when they only had one big. And I think that's something that we continue to focus on. They played faster, they made more threes, and there was a conscious effort to do it. So our ability to make sure that we're getting back in transition, defending the three-point line, but also finishing out possessions so they're not able to get those offensive rebounds for the kick-out threes.
That last week in the regular season when you went on the road to Houston and Milwaukee and Philly, you called those game sevens. Now that you're facing elimination, how much of that preparation for those games is going to help you here?
Well, that's the experience. That's the experience of the year, understanding what's at stake, how we need to play, what we need to accomplish throughout the game. We've been there before and in these situations, so we can lean on those as a reflection and a reference point. But again, Game 6 is going to be entirely different than all of those. The atmosphere will be different, our energy will be different, but we understand exactly what's necessary to do.
And you talked about that experience. You guys have been, every 82-game season has some crushing losses, some late losses. But how is the mood of the team, or what's the kind of confidence level of the team after taking a playoff loss like you guys took?
Well, that's the beauty of being able to lean into those other games. You don't hang your hat because you have another opportunity, and so you use this Game 6 as the opportunity to come out and do the things that you should have done differently in Game 5 and learn from them, and take those lessons and be able to apply them in Game 6.
The way games 3 and 4 went, now what you're facing, how do you keep the guys confident as they should be playing at home, knowing that you're going to have to go out and earn this?
Yeah, you have to go take it. You can't, and we just talked about that this morning within our film session. No game has been the same, and understanding that, knowing that Game 6 is going to be different than Game 5. Game 6 is going to be different than Game 3 and 4 at home. Just because you're at home does not mean that you can play the exact same way you did then. You have to change, a little bit of the energy, the effort. All those little things are going to matter, but it's going to be a different type of game, and we got to be able to adjust to that as we go.
Jamal, how do you is there anything you can do to get Cole going and get him more of an offensive threat in his?
Well, I think just him continuing to be able to be confident and stepping into his shots, the work that he continues to put in, his effort level, more than anything, just continue to focus defensively to allow himself to help us get stops, to get out in the open court, to get some easy baskets, to watch that ball go through the hole.
Throughout the season, this team has talked about playing with joy, and when they're playing with joy, usually something good happens. How does home figure into that, the joy that they play at home?
The energy of our crowd, the energy of our fans, the togetherness that this group continues to bring. Even in that loss at Cleveland, there's still a sense that the joy of being able to play and put yourself in a position to win a game. To be able to be in that, have that experience. And the same thing goes for Game 6 at home. We have to be able to use the energy, but also know that we still have to detail our work and do the little things within this game.
First quarter has kind of been a big deciding factor in this series. I think you guys have won only one first quarter in the series. Obviously, the way the first quarter ended on Tuesday kind of set the tone. How important is it to be the team that punches first, especially with the elimination aspect of this game?
I think that's always been a focus. You've talked about that at the start of games, for the past couple games of, going into the playoffs. Our focus of being able how we start the game the right way. Our energy, our intensity, our focus level, that has to continue to pick up.
Obviously, technical coaching feedback you gave to Franz on that layup attempt both. I know you're happy that he went downhill, but he went with a right-handed layup on the left side of the hoop. How do you guys coach that, and what kind of feedback do you give him on that play?
You know, Franz is such a high basketball IQ player. He understands the moment of those situations. You know, the previous play, he had just got downhill. Evan Mobley did a great job cutting him off. He spun back, got the right-hand finish. On that second one, Mobley did an unbelievable job of spacing it so he couldn't get down there. But that's the same shot he's made over and over again on Mobley, on Allen, that quick up so they can't time it. But Mobley made a hell of a play, and that's what you have to give him credit for.
I'm asking specifically about going up with his right hand on the left side of the defense as opposed to trying some of
And so what I was saying in that moment is he's done that exact same thing and finished. If you notice any of his baseline drives, he does a great job of attacking the basket and going quick up before the big can time it. And in this moment, Evan Mobley made a heck of a play by timing it with that quick right hand versus the left hand. If he goes with the left hand, there's a different separation. If you notice the angle he took, the left hand would have been a running long, leaning floater versus a quick up that he could have beat with the timing of it. That he's done 100 times over again.
Good, how are you?
Jalen, as you guys came back here and get ready for Game 6, what was the focus of practice today? What were you trying to pay attention to in detail?
Details. I think just in general. Continue to clean up things defensively. How to not continue to let them, they had a couple actions they're getting downhill on and causing problems. We're forced to help. So cleaning up rotation, cleaning up a couple sets, and then offensively just continuing to find continuity. Play after the play, things like that. Continue to have, and find our flow there. So just a good cleanup day. Got some good work in, a lot of shots, and this was a good practice day.
When your team defensively, how does it change the way you have to guard what you guys have to worry about when they play with one big instead of Allen and Mobley?
They played a bit faster, which we expected. We knew they would. It doesn't change much, I think. It just takes another shift guy off the floor. So just continuing to then, our rotations have to be better, X out, free safety, things like that. Continuing to find shooters and even more so keep them out of the paint because they're more spread out down there offensively. So, just cleaning up those things.
How important this is the first time you guys are facing elimination in this series. Just how are you approaching these and how are you leaning on past experiences for this season?
I'm going about it the same way that I've gone about the rest of these games. I don't think there's no difference. Continuing to, have good confidence, good joy, a comfortability going into these games. Understanding that, again, the work has been done. Everything, all the preparation, the workouts, training, going through tough moments, learning moments, all that has gone through and has happened already. Now it's just enjoying this moment, being fully present here. So that's where my mind's at, ready to play, ready to be back home in front of the fans and get ready to go play again Sunday morning, my sister's birthday in Cleveland.
How important has tempo been to the series? It feels like, with two great defenses, you want to obviously get down before they can get set. So how important has it been to kind of control that tempo and be able to play at that kind of speed?
No, it's been important, I think, as much as it is offensively as defensively. Transition goes both ways. We've been wanting to get out, play fast. So have they, especially last night as they went and played smaller. But defensively as well, you got to get back in transition. You got to sprint and make sure we're set because when we played half-court defense, we've been really good. So continuing to have the sense of urgency on both ends, to get up and down the floor, control the pace. I think that always plays a big factor, in whatever game, whoever's playing. You control the pace, you control what's going on defensively. You give yourself a pretty good chance to win.
How does your role change if Gary's not able to go?
I'm playing basketball, that's it. I think we have a bit higher sense of urgency playing in front of the home crowd, playing at home. You always want to get it going and get a win in the building for them, as well as their energy has been impacted. So I think that's played a part, but that's part of our growth. We got to continue to learn, get better. I thought last game we did a great job in going into Cleveland and putting our best foot forward. I think we did a lot of things right. They just came out at the end, made a couple plays down the stretch, a couple more than we did. So I think, that gives us a lot of confidence to come in, take this one at home, and carry something forward into Game 7.
With that being said, the success in 3 and 4 from a winning margin standpoint, how do you stay confident but know that you're going to have to go out there and really earn this win?
There's understanding that we're in the present moment. We're no longer in the past. All we can control is where we're at right now, and that's Game 6. That's handling business at home. Understanding, that we've played good here. That gives us confidence, but those games are in the past. That's going to have no effect on on this next game coming up tomorrow. So continue to be present where our feet are, continue to be detailed in our work, and just have fun. Have fun in the present moment.
Is playing all those meaningful regular season games helping for this moment, especially now you're facing?
I mean, yeah, a little bit, I think, but I don't think this moment is much different than the other moments in the series, other games in the series. They've all been intense. They've all been physical. They've all come down to details and, will at the end of the day, I think. And I don't think this moment is any more different. There's a bit, you could call it a bit more pressure on it. It's an elimination game for us. But I don't think there's anything else, that goes into it. It's just a game of basketball. Like I said, the work's been done. We prepared for it all year. We've been preparing for it all week. And we'll be ready to go tomorrow.
Do you have any lingering knee pain?
I'm good. Straight.
I asked because it looked like a serious one. And it's amazing that you were able to play.
Just find a way to stay on the court, that's all. I ain't gonna lie, I'm good.
Cole, as you had to go through this practice today in preparation for Game 6. What were some of the focuses for your group today?
More mental day, not super heavy on the body. Just trying to keep everyone locked in and ready for the task at hand tomorrow.
How does it change what your team's defense has to accomplish when they only go with one big as opposed to Allen and Mobley?
It's different. I mean, Jared Allen's obviously been very good for them this series. He's been, changes the game on the offensive glass, defensive glass, and when he's taken out the game, they still got they still got two heads of the snake in Darius and Donovan. So I think we got to focus in, key in on those guys, and make their lives hard for 48 minutes.
Well, where's your confidence level at during Game 6?
It's here. I mean, I'm just trying to do whatever I can to help the team win.
What do you think needs to happen for you to get going on offense?
I don't know. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm ready. I mean, just trying to do whatever I can to help the team win.
How's the mood of the team coming off of a Game 5 loss? Obviously, that's kind of a playoff loss, a close loss. What's kind of the mood of the outlook as you guys prepare for Game 6?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're all hopeful. I mean, we're back at home, and this is a team that we know we can beat. We've done it before, and we got to lock in on the key points, which is obviously stopping the heads of the snake, and then keeping Mobley and Jared Allen off the backboard. And once we do that, I think we'll be fine. I think we've done a pretty good job of guarding. We just lost a close one last game, a few mistakes here and there, but this team is beatable. We've done it before. I think we can do it again.
You guys
How exciting is this opportunity for you guys to go out and prove that you can stretch this series to a Game 7?
I mean, shoot, that's our goal. I mean, we want to get to a Game 7, and I think we as a team have full confidence that we'll be able to do that tomorrow. We just got to stick to the game plan, stick to what we do on the offensive side and the defensive side, and we'll have a great chance to win the game.
Well, how has the Kia Center crowd helped fuel your group in Games 3 and 4, and how can they help you again tomorrow?
The fans have been great. They've been great all season, not just the playoffs. I mean, they've turned it up to another level this playoffs, but it's always great playing in front of the home crowd, and they make it fun for us.
You guys have spoken a little bit about the experience that the last week of the season gave you as far as playing in kind of playoff atmospheres, having your backs against the wall. But how different does this feel, or how much can you draw on that experience from the last week of the season as you get ready for an elimination?
I just think for us that we have to stay focused, and it is a do or die situation, and I think we're going to have that sense of urgency as soon as we step onto that court. And so I think we're all excited about this game.